please send through emails, links, comments, everything. I just need all the help I can get on this one. Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. I have never been so excited about recording a video. I've had to do this straight away. I've just picked this up. This is from the one and only Opal Pulitzer on YouTube, the second largest of all the Opal channels, the one that I probably watch the most. And how this came about, I'll get unboxing, but how this came about is I was actually offering to send him something so I could appear on his channel, and I thought I had something interesting that he hadn't seen before. But of course, being the legend that he is, he'd already seen it and played with it. So here it is. Here's a business card. I'm glad he included one. I'll probably put up a little picture in the bottom corner of the video for the entire time anyway. So Pulitzer Opal, there's some details there. Check him out if you haven't already. If you're watching my channel, you've already come across his. YouTube likes him a little bit more, and for good reason. He's a much better channel, so definitely check him out. One thing he does that really interests me is opal knapping. I thought this was just padding, but he's actually got stuff in here as well. I'll have to cut some of these ones open. But he does a lot of opal knapping and makes these nice little arrowheads out of them. And it's something that I really want to get into, but they don't do it here, so I can't even find the tools. I don't even know what I'm looking at, actually, now that I've got the tools. It looks very different to the stuff he uses on his channel, because his is probably really worn in. So these are some sort of almost rubberized blocks. I have seen him do a lot of stuff where he kind of pins the stone up against here and then chips kind of towards it. It's definitely something I'm going to learn how to do. I'm going to have to try to find the most easier to follow video that he's got on his channel. I don't actually know if he's done a tutorial on it or not. This looks like a deer horn or something. This is pretty cool. Maybe a Harry Potter wizard wand. So yeah, I really haven't got any idea what I'm doing with this stuff, but at least I've got it now, and because it's from Pulitzer, I know that it's the right things, and if he can get this stuff to work, I'm hoping that I can too. I think I've seen him use a tool like this where he holds it up against here and then chips, and the little chips collect in here. If anyone has any info or a great video to watch or something on that topic, I would love to see it, because I need to learn from basically step 1 onwards. So this one is a little box from our good friend Riley, 53 Frogs. I know he does send a lot of stuff over to Pulitzer to showcase on the channel. And in here, oh yeah, he's got a whole heap of the tools. I've probably got a lot of these tools, but I do remember in the emails he was saying something along the lines of he's got a lot of tools that he's probably never going to end up using. So these are probably them. It's a bunch of sintered diamond burrs of various sizes. I definitely have them, but of course I would certainly get some use out of them. They look a little bit smaller than the ones I've got. Could come in handy. And now we've just got a whole bunch of bags. A whole bunch of bags of rocks that I think he wanted me to... Oh, wow. Okay. That is a hammerstone. It's heavier than a hammer. The only reason I know it's a hammerstone is because you can see here, it is nicely labelled it, hammerstone. I don't know what a hammerstone does. Maybe that's for the rough shaping of the arrowhead. But this is going to be some serious... This is more caveman style than I thought it was going to be. I can't wait to bang some rocks together and try to end up with an arrowhead in the end. But hammerstone, I'll try not to rub that out. I might jump off camera just for a second and cut open a whole bunch of these bags, and then I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So there was this. It's like a really hard, almost whetstone kind of thing, but a lot more porous, so like a really high grit, well, a really low grit whetstone. So not sure what that one is for. I found a little Allen key or a hex key just floating around, and some of these are massive and heavy. Pulitzer did say that he'd send some material that's better for practicing than opal because it's a lot cheaper. So here we go. We've got flint. Ah, that's classic arrowhead. I mean, that's already... So even just the small break and that stuff gets real sharp on the edge. So we've got a nice massive piece of flint. It says Ridge Chuck Don? Something like that. If anyone can give any information on any of these rocks that I'm unboxing, then by all means do that. I would love to know more detail. I'm just really glad that Pulitzer's gone through the effort of chucking a texter name on it. We've got some Texas River chert. also feels like it snaps and goes pretty sharp. And I'm guessing this is what that massive hammerstone thing, this one, I reckon this is how you break off a piece to get started. So hopefully that's right. Let me know if wrong. We've got ourselves, oh, okay, another massive piece of flint from Ohio. It's actually really nice looking stuff. I do hope that I can make a successful arrowhead before I run out of that material. Otherwise I'll have to remember to check this video and get more of the one that I liked. Here's another big chunk of chert from another place. That one's already sharp as, and you can tell because it's actually cut some of these USPS postal service bags. It's actually cut the bags open. And then here we've got, here we go. So if we zoom in on this, this is what I want to learn how to do. So here is a prime example, one that Pulitzer's probably done himself. And he makes it look really easy, but looking at one in person, this looks far more complicated than I thought. The amount of small chips. And see, when you do it with opal, you can even get some of the a little bit of color flash in the surface, which is really nice. On top of that, what else has he got here? We've got some Ethiopian opals. I'll try to, that one looks like it's already pre-shaped. He might have even snuck in a little pre-shaped one for me. I might be able to make that into an arrowhead. Though I think Ethiopian opal would be a bit fragile for arrowhead making. I don't know if I've seen Pulitzer do it actually. He typically uses stuff that looks a lot like Cooper Pedy material. And then in the next bag, here we go. We've got, this is the main tool that I see him using a lot. So this is the one that does a lot of the little flaking, a lot of those little chips. Oh, and that's where the hex key comes in. It's like a really fat pencil, but the way I see him do it is something more like this, and you just clip it up against one of those hard or soft rubbery kind of pads. And then these, I don't actually know if I've ever seen him use these. These look like, I don't know, they're a bit heavy and thick to be the same as my drumsticks for the drum. But this looks quite interesting. This one's actually covered in like a green doping wax almost. It's got this rubbery grip on it. So I don't know what these are for. If I can't work it out, this big one feels like it'd be a fairly decent home defense weapon. Then in the final bag we have got a fairly chunky Ethiopian water opal of some sort. It's got a few inclusions in it, but I could carve something out of that. When you've got this much material to work with, you can always carve something out of it. I'll probably get it out of these Ziploc bags and get it into a glass jar. I'm actually amazed that it hasn't broken apart or anything during the postage, because the box looks like it got real beat up. Everything I get from the US looks like it gets really beat up. So that is it. So that's all of it. So I've just got all of these ones out again. If anyone can give any advice onto all of these, I'll be hunting around online as well. But to be honest, I am completely out of my depth and know very little about anything that you can see on camera right now. This one, I've kind of got an idea, because I'm pretty sure I've seen Pulitzer just kind of flaking away and chipping away at the opals with something like this, where you just hold the stone here and just clip away. But apart from that, I've kind of got no idea what to call any of these things except for the hammerstone, and I definitely don't know how to use them. So if anyone's got any help or any useful links to videos or resources online, I will check them all out. And you should see a video very soon of me attempting my first one. And hopefully in a few months' time, I'll be able to do them as quickly and easily as Pulitzer does. But that's great. My heart has calmed down now. I was really excited to cut that one open and get it recording. Sometimes I can leave parcels just sitting on the floor and have an unboxing video in mind for like a month or longer and just keep continuing on some of my carving projects. But this one, I dropped everything and just straight away got this unboxed, because I'm incredibly interested, and I'm going to spend the entire weekend now just researching and trying to find out how to do this stuff, because I trust that Pulitzer has given me exactly what I need to be able to do it. So somehow I've got to make all of this work for me. So any help is great. Please send through emails, links, comments, everything. I just need all the help I can get on this one. One of the main reasons I started the channel was that we could start a community and I could learn from you guys as much as you guys learn from me, if not more so. So please just try to teach me something, and you can see the progress as I try my first one and hopefully nail it after 1,000 goes. See you guys, and I'll catch you again soon.